thank you for joining us for our Wednesday's edition of Press for You right here on Luntha TV. Today being the 18th of January in the year 2023. My
you
bad.
Are still in 2022.
I think I am still in 2022. My bad, it is 2023. I think I'm still not used to the new year, but then yes, it is in the year 2023. Now, as usual, as we do in this program, we'll be taking you through some of the stories that are appearing in our newspapers. That is the Daily Times and the Nation. And today you'll be with me, Thandi Wemzumara, and my colleague,
King Major Kamwendo.
Good morning, King Major.
Good morning, Thandi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. So you want to start?
Ladies first.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, on the front page of the Daily Times, the headline here reads, ADMARC stuck on maize supplies. The sub-headlines read, facing 400 million kwacha deficit as transporters change tone on costs. And part of the story reads that the Agricultural Development and Marketing Corporation, ADMARC, needs at least 400 million kwacha to move maize from areas of high concentration to areas of low concentration for sale to people that need it, officials have said. This is happening at a time most ADMARC depots are said to have no maize in stock.
Okay.
I think... So ADMARC needs to move maize. It needs at least 400 million kwacha to move maize from areas of high concentration to low concentration. But then at the same time, it seems most ADMARC depots don't even have the maize.
They don't have the maize.
So
It's a huge blow. It's a huge blow, and we just hope that a swift action will be taken, because the time that we are going in is the time that people will need most to have food, more especially maize at nearby depots. So we just hope for the best. Because the same also appears on the front page of the Nation newspaper with a headline, "Pack ask ADMARC to ensure maize availability." So it's more or less like the same. Let me take the other one, which says the first quarter auction flops and just 3 out of 8 banks submit bids. And part of the story says the inaugural foreign exchange auction held on Friday received lukewarm response as only 3 commercial banks submitted bids, prompting analysts to suggest that the banks are being cushioned on the new arrangement. Results of the auction released yesterday show that 3 out of 8 authorized dealer banks, ADBs, participated, and Reserve Bank of Malawi Governor Wilson Banda stated in a statement that the results cannot be used to determine the official exchange rate, as they may not reflect the sentiments of the entire banking system.
All right, still on local news. This one's on the second page. The headline reads, cholera cases hit 25,000 mark. And part of the story reads that Malawi has registered 25,458 cumulative cholera cases since the disease broke out in March last year. The figure is 7,542 shy of the 33,000 worst case situation recorded in 2002. I think at this point, it's good to admit that it is the cholera situation that has gotten out of hand. You know, and there's this rapid rise in cases, and already there's an issue of shortage of the vaccine, because by yesterday there were about less than 40,000 doses left.
The whole country?
Yes, of the cholera vaccine. But then the thing is, the one thing that I liked about, because I was speaking to the Ministry of Health spokesperson, he did emphasize that the vaccine does not mean that someone cannot get sick and does not guarantee someone's health. The key to make sure that we curb the rampant rise in cases is to make sure that people are still practicing hygiene. That is the only way that we're going to ensure that these cases are not, going at the rise as it is at the moment.
We just have to take care of ourselves, because as it is right now, it will be hard for government maybe to to reach all its citizens with the vaccine.
And after all, it doesn't. In
and
fact,
as I've said, now it doesn't guarantee to say that when you receive a dose, it means you will not be affected, you will not get the cholera. It doesn't work like that. So prevention is better than the cure itself. So we just have to be more careful in whatever we are doing, the food that we are eating. Let's at least wash hands properly. When you are taking some fruits, make sure that we wash them properly. We practice hygiene even our surroundings. I mean,
in our homes.
Yes, when whatever we do, let's be smart enough. On third page of the Nation newspaper, there is a story: fewer deals, a case fails to resume. And the part of the story says the Lilongwe Chief Residence Magistrate Court yesterday failed to resume hearing of a fuel import contracts case because the High Court of Malawi Judge Patrick Chirwa, wearing his previous hat, had other engagements. In a telephone interview yesterday, defense lawyer George Mchuka Mware saying they received the communication that Chirwa, who started hearing the matter before his appointment as judge, was preoccupied with other meetings.
All right. I don't know
move
if you
on
have
to
any
business.
more. Okay. Now moving on to business news. The headline here reads glaring 2022 trade deficit. And part of the story reads that Malawi faces a glaring trade deficit for 2022 as figures from the National Statistical Office indicate that the country imported goods worth $64.7 billion between January and November. However, the country exported goods valued at 12.4 billion in the period, highlighting a trade deficit of $52.3 billion. So I think, as it has always been, there's always been this issue to say, as Malawi, we are really not exporting much. We rely mostly on buying goods from outside of the country, but then somehow for us to actually send goods to other countries, we're lacking in that. And you wonder why we are also lacking the foreign exchange in the country, foreign currency.
Yeah, that is the main reason, as I've said now. We do import more than we export. So by importing, that's where we lose more foreign currency, because we earn foreign currency when we export our goods to other countries. So as it is right now, possibly it's only tobacco, and also if you can look at the continent itself, it has dropped recently. In recent years, it has dropped magnificently. So that could be the main reason why we are failing to generate more foreign currency as a country, which is a worrisome indeed, because for the country to run its business very well, we need these foreign currencies. All right, we'll take you through one. And as far as business news is concerned, and this one, it says home financing under spotlight, and has a caption which says, as the mortgages drop amid rising demand, bad loans. And part of the source says the number of mortgages offered by 5 of the country's commercial banks dropped last year amid the escalating bad loans and rising demand for affordable housing in the country. Business News has ranked a mortgage is defined as type of loan used to buy or maintain home, land, or other type of real estate, and the borrower agrees to pay the rent over time.
We move on?
Yeah, we move on.
Right, so moving on to arts and culture, I'll take one here. The headline reads, Joya's Chilembwe film still in pipeline. And part of the story reads that veteran filmmaker Shemu Joya said on Monday his dream of shooting John Chilembwe film is still intact, despite the mission delaying for years. His remarks came as Malawians remembered the country's freedom fighter on January 15th, which is Chilembwe Day. I must say, I admire Shemu Joya's passion so much. I think he's one of the legends as far as filmmaking is concerned in Malawi. He has produced films. He's the maker of such films like The Last Fishing Boat.
The film which Maybe probably up to now it is the outstanding film here in Malawi.
And it won an award last year, yes.
Yes.
It's, for me, in my opinion, it's one of the best movies that as Malawi, as a country, we've produced. So I cannot wait to see what he has coming on for the John Chilembwe movie. I feel like it's good. It has to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to pick characters.
Yeah,
as well.
sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll take you through one as well as far as the culture is concerned. BFB drops Zatapo. Singer, camp producer, BFB, real name should be Jeremy Matewele, has released his first 2023 single, Zatapo, which features Brady. The song is produced. It should be is a product of an audio production course commissioned by Sanweka at the Livimbo Primary School in Lilongwe, where BFB was engaged as a trainer.
Right, we'll move on to sports.
Yes,
Okay.
Local sports.
Yeah, local sports. On the back page, a headline here reads Stray Bullet. Sub-headlines read Idana leaves people's team, third player to leave for free. And part of the story reads that Nyasa Big Bullets empire yesterday received a huge blow after the club confirmed that midfielder Chimo Idana had left the side after failing to agree on contract extension terms. Idana becomes the third player to leave Bullets as a free agent following departures of winger Nishek Selemani to Prison FC of Tanzania and striker Hassan Kajoge. It seems things are not going on so well for Big Bullets, are they?
It's not like they're not going very well in as far as I know.
Otherwise, why are players leaving?
Yes, for Idana, I think to me, Bullets cannot regret releasing Idana.
Okay.
Yes, bearing in mind that we all know that he is a good player.
Yes.
But there is no player who can be bigger than the club itself.
Of course.
Yeah, so Nyasa Big Bullets, they have failed to agree terms with Idan simply because they see that what he was demanding to be included in his contract was not what the club can manage. He was like asking for 8 million kwacha for his signing on fee for a contract of 1 year. So after failing to negotiate with him, I think they have allowed him to move on with his life. Of which,
You say go search for the club that is
yeah,
actually going
because
to pay you that
if
much.
you see Malawian football, the league winners walk away with 40 million kwacha, of which Bullets were the league winners, 40 million. So if they take 80 million kwacha out of that 40 million to pay a single player who will also be wanting to be receiving monthly salaries, maybe from 400,000 going upwards, it means the club could be making some losses.
They cannot afford that.
Yes, so to me, I think they don't have to regret.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take you through, should be one local sports historian. This one says the Queens Step Up World Cup preps, and it says Malawi national netball team have started the preparations for the 2023 netball World Cup in South Africa to identify new talent to beef up the squad with regional trials. The Southern Region set the ball rolling on Monday by identifying 35 players for national trials scheduled for February in Lilongwe. Netball Association of Malawi Vice President Chimwemwe Bakari yesterday said they directed their regional committees to conduct trials to select 30 players each from for the national trials by January 31st.
I think it's a good move that they're trying to get new talent.
Yeah, it's a good move that they are trying to get new talent, but then it's always the same old song that after all the preparations, it's the same players that we always know that will make the grade.
Yeah, most definitely. So moving on to international sports, a headline here reads Klopp has no plans to quit, and part of the story reads that Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has said he will not leave the club unless he is forced to, and hinted at changes at Anfield during the summer. Things are not going so well for Liverpool.
Yeah.
However, I think last night they won,
last
right?
night they won 1-0 against Wolverhampton Wanderers in FA Cup. Okay, let me finish with this one. Shakhtar Donetsk pledge Madrid is £22 million fee to Ukraine war effort. Ukraine should be shared. Donetsk President Rinat Akhmatov has pledged to donate 22 million pounds to the Ukrainian war effort following the transfer of Mikhailo Mudryk to Chelsea. The Premier League side signed Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk on Monday in a deal worth up to 89 million pounds. A transfer record for Ukrainian football. So for them, they feel like they have done so much. They have received so much from Chelsea after signing the player from Ukraine. So his club's president has pledged to donate some of the funds to help war efforts in Ukraine.
Okay. Well, that story also brings us to the end of what we had for you in this edition of Press Review for today, Wednesday, the 18th of January, 2023. And we only managed to take you through some of the stories that are appearing in our newspapers. So if you do want to know more details to the stories we read, and some of which we did not, do make sure to get yourself the paper, with each going at the price of 1,000 kwacha. However, before I go, I do say this all the time when I'm here, just a reminder that cholera is real, so let us keep up with the hygiene practices.
All right. Otherwise, that's it from us here. I'm King Mage Kamendo and my colleague
Tandy Wemzmara.
Wishing you should be a very great morning.